Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota, the place where we dive into the world of SEC filings. Today we're going to be looking at Vivos Therapeutics and their recent financial moves. This one's got a little bit of everything. Let's just say there's a note involved, but maybe it's not the kind that makes music. Vivos Therapeutics just announced a new funding deal. It's all tied to their plan to buy the Sleep Center of Nevada. To keep things simple, they're borrowing money with the understanding that it might turn into company stock later on. There are specific dates and conditions attached, and if things don't go as planned, it could get a little expensive for Vivos. Before we get started, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can chat about this and other filings. Let's dive into the details, starting with the big news, a significant agreement. On May 21, 2025, Vivos Therapeutics made a deal with Vico Investors to Advisi. Vivos got a loan, or a convertible promissory note as it is called, for $1,011. Vico is related to New Seneca Partners, Inc. They are already investors and advisors to Vivos. The main reason for this loan is to help Vivos buy the Sleep Center of Nevada. They want to finish this purchase by July 31, $100,000, $10 to in the note. Now let's talk about interest, the cost of borrowing. Normally loans come with interest, but this one is different. This note doesn't have any interest, unless something goes wrong called an event of default. This happens if Vivos doesn't close the Sleep Center deal by the deadline, if they don't pay back the money when they are supposed to, if they break any important promises in the deal, or if they go bankrupt whether they wanted to or not. If any of these bad things happen, then interest kicks in at a rate of 15% per year. This is how interest payments are calculated. Also, if Vivos gets more funding in the future called a subsequent financing and they close the Sleep Center deal, then this loan will automatically turn into company stock. It will convert dollar for dollar, so the amount of the loan will equal the value of the stock they get. If the outside date passes, then the company can repay any or all of the outstanding principal, which is the original loan amount, and any accrued interest without any penalty. Vivos expects to get more funding, a subsequent financing, when they close the Sleep Center purchase. Vico might even lead this new funding round, but they don't have to. Also, if an event of default happens, Vico will have a security agreement. The security agreement means Vico can claim some of Vivos' fixed assets and equipment if Vivos fails to meet the requirements of the note. However, this security agreement ends as soon as Vivos repays the loan or converts it into stock. Next up, let's cover a direct financial obligation. This section just says that the information from the first part about the loan also applies here. Basically, Vivos is creating a direct obligation to pay back the loan. Now, about selling stock without registering it, this part says that because of the loan agreement we just talked about where the loan might turn into stock, Vivos didn't have to register the sale with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. This is because it was a private deal and it is exempt. The securities, which are the stocks that could be issued, haven't been registered with the SEC or any state laws. They can't be sold unless they are registered, or there is an exemption from registering. Important disclaimer, this report is not an offer to sell stock. They are just providing some important information. This is the end of the filling where the report is signed by an authorized person.ga. Now let's zoom out and look at what this all means. Vivos Therapeutics is making some big moves and they need cash to do it. Getting this loan shows they are serious about buying the Sleep Center of Nevada. However, there are risks. If the deal falls through or Vivos runs into financial trouble, that interest rate jumps to 15% and Vico can claim some of the company's assets. The big question is, will Vivos be able to close the Sleep Center deal and get more funding? If they can, this loan turns into stock and everyone's happy. If not, things could get complicated. It's also worth noting that relying on these types of arrangements can be risky. While a 15% interest rate doesn't seem that high, it can easily snowball into a major issue. Alright, that's our breakdown of Vivos Therapeutics' latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.